Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It's Garlaanx here bringing you a new Neverwinter video. And today we actually have a new lockbox. So this was in the patch notes last week. It was released today. Today of filming this video, it is October 21st of 2025. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is October of the year 2025, and I'm still making Neverwinter videos. That's still a thing. So they came up with a new scheme, a new premium lockbox per se, and it is a companion lockbox. I actually have some positive things to say about it and some negative things, so let's jump right in, shall we? So here it is, the Celestial Companion Lockbox. Now this is unbound right off the bat. You can just buy these and sell them to other players. They are under the miscellaneous tab. I have a few for sale just to see if they actually sell to some noob. But you can sell these. So I want to compare these toward like the Astral lockbox as far as premium lockboxes go. Now the difference with these, and this is stupid, is that not only do you have to buy this lockbox with Astral diamonds, but it also requires an enchanted key. Now that's what I don't agree with. This should have been just like the Astral lockbox. They could have either increased or decreased the price. They could have played with it a little bit. But to buy these with Astral diamonds and still require them to use an enchanted key, that's kind of slummy in my opinion. So these are coming from the Wondrous Bazaar. I believe they are limited time. This isn't a permanent feature. I believe this is a limited time lockbox. So these do cost 10,000 AD each. Now obviously if you're VIP 12, you get that 25% off. You're paying 7,500 per lockbox. So do with that information as you will, as you can obviously flip these on the auction house for new players that don't have VIP 12. You get a premium kickback. Like for instance, I have 10 of these for sale. And I paid 75k. I'm selling them for whatever I had listed, 150k. Are they going to sell? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Now, let's go over the lockbox itself. This is the first time that Celestial Companions are dropping out of a lockbox. Now, again, this is a premium lockbox. And I can agree with some of the ones they put in there. That's why I'm not going to complain too harshly on this. Now, something they've added more recently, I want to say within the past year, is the actual lockbox ratios. They had to do that to comply with foreign laws. Because lockboxes are obviously a gotcha scheme, it's always a gamble. So they're telling you that you have a 2 out of 175% chance of getting one of these Celestial Companions. A 4 out of 175 chance of getting Mythic. A 40 to get a legendary, 45 for epic companion gear, 59 out of 175 for legendary companion gear. That's what piqued my interest. And then companion tokens, we don't care. Now, me, personally, I don't need any of these Celestial Companions, right? This is, again, something to geared toward newer players into the game. This gives them an opportunity to just jump and grab one of these. Now, they actually added decent companions. So I don't know if they got feedback from players on placing these specific ones, because obviously Regis is one of the best in slot for AoE. Wiggins, the undead intern, is pretty much best in slot for single target DPS. The Spine Devil is always nice because it has that debuff, and it's also a decent active companion as well. Celeste, I don't know much about Celeste. It's probably a very good healing companion. If I had to guess, I don't use healing companions. And then the Mage Slayer is also a very good single target DPS. It's not the best. Mage Slayer still falls short under Wiggins. But the Mage Slayer is still pretty good. It's high on the list as far as overall DPS for single target. So them selecting this handful of companions to put in here, I actually can't really complain about that for once. This is a good, solid group, value-wise. to the player. So I don't know where they got that information from. They had to have gotten it from like Aragon or something, Aragon's videos, because they're not typically really good about placing companion. Like usually they just toss a bunch of random shit in here, right? And it would be garbage. So again, this is the first time and the first opportunity that you have to get a Celestial Companion out of a lockbox. So the prices, at least on Xbox right now, they're not horrible. Are you going to gamble and try to get these on your own? I would highly suggest you don't do that. I mean, looking at these prices on Xbox, this is pretty decent. Like, you can get literally, someone has a Wiggins, which is undoubtedly the best in slot single target DPS companion. You can get one for under 2 million AD on Xbox right now. That's like an instant buy. If you're a brand new player to the game, you're saving 2 million AD and definitely just buying this. You're not going to gamble lockboxes. And again, the Mage Slayer is the same price, but like I said, Wiggins, unless people just are unaware that Wiggins is the best in slot right now as far as single target DPS. I don't know why this is so low, but there's a couple more. So Regis, again, Regis is going for 3 million. And again, Regis is a top tier AoE companion, so Spine Devil 3.3. So these prices aren't outrageous. If you're a new player, you might as well just save your AD and buy these outright at this point. There's no reason to do the whole gotcha gamble thing. Obviously, that's my opinion. If you want to roll lockboxes, be my guest. Now, on the other side of things, and what I cared about the most, because I did not partake in, of course, the latest round of Legendary Companion gear, right? I was a slacker again this module. If you look at my companions, I'm still using 1800 item level companion gear. The current iteration of companion gear right now is 2600. That's a huge upgrade for me personally. And I just simply refuse to buy them. If you remember, the latest companion gear came from the new module, module 31 in particular, and it was dropping from the Tenenbra map boss, essentially the zone-wide map boss, and it's a pain in the ass to farm that. I was just like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing it. Now, they were unbound and you could buy them, but those companion pieces were also going for about 3 million to 4 million to upwards of 5 million AD per companion piece. And even me, I have unlimited AD, right? I have literally unlimited AD, and I just refuse to pay those prices. Now, if we go and look at that really quickly, that's going to be, obviously, the Thay set, and we're talking about these right here, the 2600 item level. And like I said, these drop from the zone-wide boss mechanic of the Tenenbra, right? We've went over this in previous videos. So as far as DPS ones go, and you're looking at the Sword Knot, the Ring, and the Talisman for DPS. You can mix and match whatever you need as far as statistics go. But again, like I said, these were going for anywhere from 3 million to 4 million to 5 million AD. And I just simply wasn't paying that. Like, I just wait to see the next module, and because, you know, Neverwinter is a constant, you're upgrading your gear. Why waste that kind of AD when you can wait 6 months down the road and get higher item level gear and better gear anyway? Now, I also skipped Mountain of Flame. Mountain of Flame also had companion gear, and I skipped that as well for the same reason. It was not easy to farm, and the drop rates were so low that there was hardly ever any available for sale in the auction house. So I skipped a few mods of companion gear. I believe my companion gear, where does my companion gear even come from? It's not the Sharandar, right? Am I using Sharandar companion gear? I don't think it's that far back, right? No. Sharandar was 1350. Maybe North Dark? I don't even know where my companion gear is from, guys. I really don't know off the top of my head. No, so it's not here either. I do have some of these pieces in my bank. This was the North Dark. So maybe Wild Space, I guess? Yeah, so Wild Space. So I'm using Wild Space companion gear. That's, you know, several mods ago. That's all the way down here, right? Wild Space is down here. Mountain of Flame came out with new companion gear, again, that I skipped. Then we had Pirates Skyhold that did not have companion gear, and then Thay came out with new companion gear. So the latest companion gears are. Anyway, the point of the story is I'm not 100% sure what is dropping out of here, but I did, excuse me, I did look, and you could see all the prices on Xbox have dramatically came down. So the Molten stuff is definitely dropping out of this lockbox. I'll tell you that right now, because there was almost next to none of this companion gear on the auction house on Xbox because it was not easy to get, and now it's just flooded. But at the same time, the Thayan stuff has also dramatically gone down in price, even the good Thayan stuff. So if we just search for Thayan real quick, because obviously who's going to buy the Molten when you can get the Thayan? So even the bad Thayan stuff, like the tank stuff, this was still all over 1 million AD each, even for the bad stuff. The healing one, this is the incoming and outgoing healing companion piece. This was still going for 1 to 2 million AD, and now it's down to 300k. So I'm going to safely assume that the Thayan companion gear, as well as the Molten gear, is actually dropping out of this new box. Because you can see all the prices dramatically down. Like the pieces that I need now, here's a sword knot, for instance. It's 1.9. There was actually ones lower than this. People must have already bought it. I should have bought it when I had the chance before I made this video. Because there was a Thayan on here for like 1.2 million or something. And it's already back up to 2 million. So I'm assuming the Thayan stuff is dropping, but it might not be. We're going to open some of these just to see, but I cannot confirm or deny if the Thayan stuff is actually dropping out of this. The Molten stuff is definitely dropping. Yeah, like I said, these are still high. There was lower ones before I started filming this, and now they're already going back up in price for some reason. So we're going to open 40 of these just because I have 40 daily keys available. I doubt I'm going to go super heavy on these and actually buy keys to open these, but we're going to open 40 of them just for purposes of the video and see what we're getting. I don't even care about the companions. If I get companions, that's a bonus for me. It's just something to sell. I need the companion gear. So let's go ahead and see what we get here. So right off the bat, we got a Molten necklace. We got a Mystagogue legendary. So I'm kind of curious, just out of 40 boxes, what our RNG is looking like. Like, we just got a Zariel. Now, the Zariel, for some reason, isn't account bound, so that's interesting. We got another Molten piece. I'm curious to see if the Thayan stuff is actually up. So there we go. That just answers my question. Right there's the Thayan Tomb of the Companion. So that 100% confirms that Thayan gear is dropping out of this lockbox. This lockbox is definitely a very decent lockbox, especially for a new player. Not only do you have the opportunity to get Celestial Companions right off the rip, but you can get Legendary Companions, Epic Companions, and basically the top 2 best in slot Legendary Companion gear. That's actually really good. So, and it looks like a pretty good drop ratio. I mean, I'm getting, you know, some pretty good hits right off the bat here. So there is an Epic piece. So that Epic piece, I'm not sure right off the bat of what piece that is. So that's 1800. So that's the piece that I'm wearing right now. That's the one from Wild Space. And we just got another Wild Space. We're actually getting some pretty good companion gear drops out of here. I don't know what the Epic pieces are going to sell for. So a Valen House Elite Soldier. These boxes are actually decent, guys. I cannot actually complain about this box for once. Like, they actually curated this box pretty well, in my opinion, so far. A Gorilla account-wide legendary. Molten. Like, I'd like to get thing and pieces that I actually need, so I may spam open a bunch of these. I might do 100 or 200, and there we go. Like, I just hit a Celestial Companion, right? And that's the best in slot single target DPS companion. I just got that out of 40 boxes. Like, this is, like, if I'm looking at the value right now, I've only opened 24 boxes. And if you're a new player, this is definitely winning. And you're also getting trade bars on top of this. So, yeah, I can't say anything negative about this lockbox. Usually my videos are always negative. I can't do that. I honestly can't do that. These are actually not bad. I would like to be getting more Thane pieces. I'm getting a whole lot of Molten pieces. But like I said, I now can confirm that, you know, the Thane pieces do drop out of this. I just got another Zariel, you know? Like, all the prices on this are going to go down, obviously. But it is what it is, you know? If you're a new player, you're going to be using most of this, not selling it, whereas I'm going to be selling it. There you go. I got another Mystagogue, like... another Zariel. That's my third Zariel at this point. Like I said, I would like to see more Thane pieces. I'm personally not getting a good hits on the Thane stuff. Another Molten piece. At least I'm getting collection points. I'll take that too. Another Molten piece. And our last one for the video. Oh, is that one I need? Finally, I actually got one. So 1 out of 40, I think I needed that. That's actually an upgrade for my character. Is that the... yeah, it's a DPS one. 2600 item level, combat advantage, and critical strike. So there it is, guys. I actually... I can't complain about this. I can't complain about this lockbox. In my eyes, this is one of the best lockboxes that they've ever put in the game. Out of 40 lockboxes, I personally hit a Celestial Companion, best in slot Wiggins, a whole bunch of legendary gear, one piece of the gear I actually need. We got some legendary companions, 3 Zariels, which is, I don't know, ridiculous. I mean, it's a useless companion, but 3 of them. And then a whole bunch of epic stuff I'm going to have to get rid of, obviously. 150 companion tokens and 533 trade bars. So again, I can disagree with the fact that, yes, you do have to use an enchanted key. So I'm going to have to go buy enchanted keys, which of course they're on sale right now, right? So the enchanted keys are on sale right now. So you do have to have an enchanted key. And you also have to go ahead and buy the lockbox. Now the lockbox, again, is not expensive, but you still have to waste AD. If I want to buy 100 of these, that's 750k AD. So it is what it is. Pretty good lockbox overall. Like I said, again, I can't complain. That's one of the best lockboxes that we have currently in game. 100%, without a doubt. So, do with that information as you will, guys. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, go ahead and leave them below. And I'll see you guys real soon.